Hi everyone, we're back again for part 2. So we're going to use the Chenille It product and we are going to do some swirls. We're going to swirl it. So welcome back. Let me know that you're here and we will get moving. You've got to hear a bit of knocking and banging in the background. That's my husband doing some renos next door for me, so I apologise for that. Come in, Rod. So this is the Chenille product. As I described before, it comes in different sizes, but I've got the 5/8 size, and it's 40 yards, which is about 35 metres for those in Australia. Hi, Pat. How you going? And I've also got, I don't know what size this is. I didn't even measure this one. It's just a block sandwiched. How you going? I've got my vanishing chalk, which I'm going to use, my hemline vanishing chalk, because I don't want them to stay there, but I've got to work quickly because it does vanish. Hi Lynette, hi Judy. So just grabbing a piece of it, which I've been using, I'm going to basically draw in some design, like some swirls. So I want to have it swirl in and then come back out. But make sure you leave yourself plenty of room. So there we go, big swirls, because remember it is 5/8 wide. You can do a few smaller ones, and I'll come back over here in a minute. And I'm just drawing in some random swirls. And I might start that off there. I'm also going to come in here and just echo around that. I've got a couple of pins in it just to hold it in place. Do a small swirl here. It might work, it might not. And then I'm going to come in and do a bit of an echo. Whoops the days. Down to there. I don't want it to go there. So that is basically my design. I'm going to quilt it to death, I think. So if you can see that, that's sort of what I've done. Good morning, Cherie. Good morning, Lynn and Maggie. And Judy. I think I said hi to Judy before. So welcome everyone. And Helen and Lynette. G'day everyone. So grab this. Let's take it to the machine. And move the camera around. Get you over to my machine and put my gloves on, turn it back on. I had it off so I could change the foot without putting a needle through my finger. Most of you know that I'll use the Marcia Baraldi gloves. I love them. If you don't have these for free motion quilting, you don't know what you're missing out on. I even use them just for putting binding on and stuff like that, which is also going to be a demo I'm going to do today. Now I'm leaving this on here. I'm not actually cutting it off, and I'm going to start. Now I can see that there's a join in this one, so I'm going to turn it over. And I'm going to just start here on the edge. Actually, I might go, I need to start the right angle for myself. So let's go from here, a little bit like, almost like couching, I suppose, because you've got to sort of have your tape there ready. Lift up, down. Alright, so we want to just sew in the middle of this. I'm just going to unloop it. And what you can't see, or you might not be able to see, is I've got a bit of it here. And I'm just sitting it on my lap, and I'm holding it up, one hand on the fabric with my glove, nice and flat, and the other holding this up so I can see it, stretch it and turn as I need to. So I'm just going to follow that line. Today's, actually I probably didn't do one thing. Needle up. Better do that because it's for dogs. Down, and I'm going to turn a corner here, get that pin out of the way. Bit of a wobble in there, but you won't see it once we get going. Those, and here. So you'll see it'll start to take a bit of shape. And because it's bias, I can give it a bit of a twist. I think my foot might be a little bit low to the ground, so I'm just going to lift that up a bit. There we go, just lift it up naturally. Anyone's got any questions, please feel free to ask. And I'm going to come up and do this point. I'm going to take my time. Oops, days, did I lose my thread? I did. I did. Oops. Oh, it got wrapped around that nut there. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's try it again. Snip it up a bit. Put it down. So I'm going to rethread it with my little threader. This is one of those new products that I got in. So it goes across, then you want to have it, you've got a little hook there, so you go across the hook, oh there, down the actual needle. Where are you, darling? There you are. And just holding it gently, you can feel as you go down, and as soon as you feel the whole of the needle, I might need to move my needle up a bit, there we go. Push in, that will push, and just move it out slightly. No, didn't work, Michelle. Try again. Come on, little darling. Can't see for looking, I haven't got my eyeballs on either, that doesn't help. So do it like that. Push that in. There we go. Unless I'm doing it the wrong way around. No, that's good. No, I'm doing it the wrong way around. Oh, okay. That way. No, I didn't. I had it the right way around. What's going on, woman? Try again. Here we go. Push in. Probably didn't push hard enough. No, I feel it wrong. Let's try one more time. Otherwise I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. No, it's definitely the other way. I was right first time around. I'm going to turn the hook facing down. Ah, that's better. Now I can see what I'm doing. It's probably half my problem. I'm in the wrong spot. It doesn't help that my foot's so high, I can't feel the needle. Did I get it that time? No, I didn't get it. Come on, Michelle. Oh, I'm missing the hole of the needle. Ah, that's why, you silly woman. I've missed the hole of my needle. Just making sure that's not bent. I haven't bent it or anything. No, all good. Sorry. I'm determined. I'm not really great at these little tools. I mean, I do use them, but, you know, I don't always make everything. Well, there we go. Look easy. There we go. Silly thing. Good. Alright, it's still quicker than me doing it. Now it's still connected on the bobbin, so needle down, stay down. G'day Terry, wrong hole, love. Yeah, I know. Machine down when pulling the chenille on. Who's that? I can't see the comments. Hang on. Do you have the slow your machine down when putting the chenille on? When I'm going free motion and I'm trying to take corners, yeah, I will. I'll slow down a little bit. Because I'm going to take a corner, I sort of want to try and manipulate it around. I know it can be done because I've seen it done. Have I got my foot down? Yes, I have. Down. I'm going to move that here, lift that foot up. Up you go. Up it is. And we're going to turn it and come back. All right. So this is a bit of a trial and error thing for me. So we're just going to see how we go. I'm sure that I could do better. When will you do parcels up? I'm going to be doing them this week. So if you're ready, I'm happy to go ahead and do those. Probably would have been easier still to do it with the normal foot. What else is there? Good morning, Yvonne and Terry. Yes, Sue, wrong hole, love. Yeah, story of my life. All right, let's turn her around. Tools out of the way. Turn around so I can see what I'm doing. And I want to come back towards myself, so I'm going to manipulate this little doodah back this way. Here, with my foot, manipulate it around. The idea is not to sew your other piece down to it too, by the way. Alright, so this could take a little bit longer than anticipated, but I'm okay with that. Oops, a bit wobbly. And we've gone off there, I'll come back. Come around here. I could actually fold it over. I haven't tried that yet, have I? What are we watching? Stella. I'm just doing the chenille with a bit of a wave in it to see how it would go. No, I don't want to fold it over because I reckon that'll make a mess. I'm going to go around this corner. So this is the first time I've actually used it, trying to go around corners. It's not as easy as doing it with straight lines, obviously, and I'm as wobbly as can all get out, which could probably be because I'm just not used to doing quilting this way. I'm normally doing it a different way, so... So I did another one earlier. Stella, you might have missed out on. I think I've worked it out little bits at a time. Here we go. So a little bit wobbly there to start with, but I think I've just about cornered it. Oops. And like I say, you would, I've used a variegated thread because I haven't changed it, but you could actually use just a white thread on the white, or a black on the black, or a purple on the purple, and that way you won't see it so much. But in saying that, once I fluff this up, it'll be fine. Lifting my foot, tuck that under. So just little bits at a time, I'm finding are much easier. But you can imagine this as being, you can fold it to go around. Yeah, you could, absolutely, yeah. But could you imagine this being made into like clouds, or, you know, ocean, or, you know, just something really interesting and textile-y? Ouch. That's why I don't put pins in. Just say attack me every time I do. Alright, so I'm just going to lift that foot. Hey, I'll be got any. Go around. And again, vanishing chalk, it does do exactly as it says. It's vanishing as I go, which is good. You don't want it left there. Sorry, I shouldn't be, I look like I'm piecing when I should be quilting, but because I'm holding this on, I'm sort of doing it a bit skew-if. So the idea would be not to stitch down the one that's here, which I haven't done yet. But in saying that, I suppose if you do, you could just snip it away from each other. There's Hubby doing some building again. Yeah, wave tops, absolutely. I'm getting a bit of a twist in this, so I'll try and untwist it. And lift, and I'm going to come back this way. So I'm really not moving the fabric much, I'm more just turning it at this point. And then as I get a little bit of a run up, I can grab it and do little bits at a time. Just fold it for the corners. Once you fluff it all up, it'll really come into its own, I think. It's one of those things I reckon that you won't really see it for its value until you've actually finished and fluffed it up. Let's come back this way. Come on, lift up. Thank you. Got to remember which way I went. Over here. Yeah, so you do have, oops, it came off. Let's go over here. Bump. Get over. We had our first lamb today for the season. I think she's a maiden. Alright, it'll be interesting to see how her and the lamb go. Fingers crossed she's okay, because I don't really want to be finding a new home for a lamb, and I don't really want to be feeding. I don't have time. So I literally can't see, because I'm taking so long, I can't see very well where I am, but being swirly, I can just make it up. You can start to see the swirls, even though they look a little bit rough at the moment, you can start to see the shape of them. Do you have the Chenille tape in different colours and widths, and how much a roll? Okay, so I only have the one width, which is 5/8, and I do have different colours. So I have white, natural, grey, blue, light pink, and purple. I am going to get more colours in, just FYI, just wait until I get these other things in and pay some bills, I think, before I go ordering any more stuff. I had a shock when they took all the money out of my bank with all the rulers that I had to order and everything. I nearly died. Oops, the day's gone off. What are you wearing on your wrist? Are these Anique, is it Anique Jacobs? These are quilting gloves that I sell. They're a Marcia Baraldi glove, designed for free motion quilting. Fabulous glove. Some of the girls here have got them. You can ask them unsolicited. They will tell you what they are like. Love, love, love them. They just make it so much easier. She's wearing her absolutely fabulous quilting gloves. Thank you. There you go. Stella told you. Yeah, so I'm the only distributor in the country so far. I have seen them on Amazon, I think it was, but they are about nearly $10 dearer, plus, you know, plus. Just gotta get over that little wonky bit there. And I've sort of tried to keep them as best as I can price wise. They're $42 a pair. Oh, you haven't tried yours? Oh, Suzanne. Oh my gosh. Oops, bit of a wobble. Go back over there. You'll love them when you do. Oh my gosh. Wait until you do. Especially if you are a struggler with free motion quilting. Even to put on how much and what type of machine are you using? Okay, so the gloves are 42 and the machine that I'm using is a Jack A6F and it is a light industrial and I distribute. I'm a distributor. So, shortly. Brilliant machine, nice and quiet. Comes with all the table and the thread stand and all that stuff. It all comes with it. Great for bag making. Great for quilting. I've done it for both. So I'm just going to lift that foot up there and pop that under. And yeah. Too busy trying to do the Ballastic koala thing. And the gloves are one size fits all. They sure are, yes. Yes. So I find most people, let's go off there a bit, most people are okay. If you've got really tiny fingers, you could come in and sew it down a little bit tighter there. But I haven't had any complaints yet. There's only the one colour at the moment. I am going to try and see if I can get them to make another colour for us. But yeah, I don't know whether that'll happen. So yeah. So I hope that made all sense there. I hope I answered all the questions that you needed. Alrighty, we're nearly there. I'm just going to do this little bit here. And come back over this way. Turn it. Off. And then lock it off. Cut off. Right, I reckon that's pretty damn good. Alright, so now grab my monster scissors, as we know I do. Alright, now get your brush and let's see this come alive. So once you've actually stitched this down, ouch, just grabbed my finger there, with a wire brush. This is a wire brush, like I said. You can't, do you know, I had a thought too. Pat asked me earlier about the brushes. What about a really hard, like super hard toothbrush? I wonder if that would work. I've never tried it, so it'd be interesting. But I am going to source these because they do last forever, obviously, being a wire. Whereas a toothbrush you'd probably have to buy over and over again. Ouch, that was my finger again. I have a little spot. Look, I'm hemorrhaging. Dang it. Stop in a second. And the other thing with these gloves I like, just talking about these gloves, is that I can change threads. I can change a needle without taking my gloves off. I can do this without taking my gloves off. I can have a coffee. In fact, they're so comfy, I forget they're on. I know, I'm supposed to brush your fingers, keep those little boogers out of the way, hey? Silly woman, aren't I? And I find that normal gloves go up and over your wrist and cover your, when you're working with white, yeah, I know. I find that I overheat too much, being a wonderful menopausal me. So I prefer not to have heavy gloves on, and I find that gloves wear out in certain places. These tend not to wear out. I haven't worn a pair out. I've got 2 pairs that I've had, one for well over 10 years, and I just love them. Love them, love them, love them. Hey, how cool is that? We did it. A little bit rough. Hey, not bad for a first time effort. We'll give it a trim. Nice. Coolies. I'm happy. Yeah, lucky baby. Alrighty, let's get this and trim it up so we can get that nice neat look. And I'll bring it over here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to trim right up to the edge of that. And that one, I have no idea what size this block is, no idea at all. How much are the gloves, Michelle? Heather, they are 42. They last and last and last and last. Just don't let anyone else use them because they'll want them and then you'll lose your gloves. Alright. Just want to find a nice straight edge. Trim along there. A bit of a thread thing going on. Look. And it's done. There you go. Oh yes, a 6700, have so much to learn, feeling a little overwhelmed. I'm loving this post. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome, Anika. Can I order a pair of gloves? Sure can, Yvonne. And this machine, Anika, is like $2,900. It's as cheap can be. And Heather, sure, I'll just write that down. Got Heather Wallace and Yvonne. Yeah, so I find that I don't overheat with these gloves. I forget that they're on. I end up actually finding myself going off to the bathroom. Oh, you can see the white or the top bob and the top thread coming through because when I'm free motioning, I'm sitting in one spot too long and getting these little tacks, which makes little knots. So that's my bad. If I was really cranky about that and worried about it, especially like say for quilt as you go type block, then it might be something where I go over. You can always use a black texture. Yeah, just add it to your order, Yvonne. Yep, sure. But that would look really nice in a bag, you know, as a panel, or it could look nice on your Yazi bag. You could just sew it straight down onto your Yazi bag, you know. But yeah, it's done and dusted. I mean, how easy was that? I mean, I did fiddle with it a little bit. It did sort of try and trick me to start with, but once I got moving, I just realized a little bits at a time, and it was all good. So there you go, doing the chenille with some curves, and you can get that motion going nice and easy, and you've got a really great decorative piece. And like I say, you can do it with that, or you could do it with the straights. Where did I put those? Oh, there it is. So this is using straight lines, and you can see you get some nice straight lines. They might aren't completely even, but again, quilted, great quilt as you go block. Put it into a pillow, put it, you know, anything, any way you like. All right. Thanks, Maggie. Happy to answer any questions. If you've got any questions at all, just feel free to either PM me or write them here if I can see them. Hopefully I see them. But yeah, it's a great little product, not overly expensive. 35 meters for 25 bucks is pretty good, and you don't have to cut anything. You just have to sew it on. Nice and simple. Simples. All right, so we're going to be back and we're going to do some binding soon, so I will see you guys shortly. Give me about 10-15 minutes and I'll have it ready for you. Bye.